Good morning, ladies, gentlemen. So it's my pleasure again this year to continue our kind of a tradition of introducing about the fuel cells and hydrogen and how fuel cells and hydrogen can deliver say efficiency and security to our society. The agenda today will be quite intensive. We will have 6 presentations. So before lunch break at 11, we will have a keynote from Bart Biebuk about the status of European Fuel Cell and Hydrogen Joint Undertaking Program. After that, Professor Robert Steinberger-Wilkens from the University of Birmingham will talk about hydrogen and fuel cells as a part of a future energy system. And I will finish first session trying to address the energy conversion efficiency or the importance of energy conversion efficiency to secure the energy supply and demand. So, and after lunch, Professor Steinberger-Wilkens will continue and will give a speech about how hydrogen and fuel cells can deliver energy security for Europe. After that, we will see real life action, how actually fuel cell systems already can deliver efficient power. And we will finish our presentations with second. It's a real life example here in Estonia, how we tried to set up the first hydrogen refueling station here in Estonia and what has happened. And after that, all the presenters will sit here behind the table and we will have a Q&A session. So, and also try to pick up some interesting conversation. But to start, I want to introduce one nice person to you. He looks like impressionist painter from the outlook, but actually not. He's a scientist, graduated from University of Tartu, Estonia, in 1875, and also at the same university he received his PhD in 1878, and after that also was a lecturer in this university. And his name is Wilhelm Ostwald. And the reason why I picked this man to introduce today's seminar is that this guy won the Nobel Prize 1909. And yesterday actually in that same room we had a very nice event where Nobel laureate Kurt Wüttrich gave a lecture and this lecture was the first in series in the memory of academician Ender Lippmaa. So most of Estonian people know who Ender Lippmaa was and his contribution to Estonian science and also politics. And also somehow, thanks to Ender Lippmaa's activities, also Estonian current fuel cell activities are where it is where it is now. I want to read something or cite from the book of fuel cell systems. The fuel cell concept obtained a boost from Ostwald, one of the godfathers of physical chemistry. He clearly stated the advantages of producing electricity from the direct conversion of energy of a fuel reaction in galvanic cell over the usual way via steam engine and dynamo. Ostwald also mentioned the possible environmental advantages: no smoke, no soot, no fire. So that was 130 years ago about. Wise guy already at that time. So, and this is something we are now trying to put in a real life. But Ostwald was not the first one doing about the fuel cells or talking about the fuel cells. Actually, first who discovered the fuel cell reaction was Christian Friedrich Schönbein in 1838. And actually next year, Sir William Robert Grove really understand the potential of a fuel cell reaction and then built the actual first fuel cell. That's about 180 years ago. Today we are much further. We have real products. We have single unit cells where actual process happens of a fuel conversion. These single cells are combined into stacks to get more power, and the stacks are integrated in the fuel cell systems, which then will deliver secure and efficient power to your homes and businesses. So, coming back to Wilhelm Ostwald, actually we can see that the electrochemical conversion is the only way to get efficient energy out of primary energy. So that's why I think it's an inevitable future of energetics. This guy does not look like an impressionist painter anymore. It's a scientist, and yes, it's the same Wilhelm Ostwald. And something he said at the second annual meeting of Association of German Electrical Engineers in 1884. The fuel cell is a greater achievement of civilization than the steam engine and will soon banish the Siemens generator into the museum. Very wise words. So, but currently still we see Siemens generators producing electricity everywhere with still quite low efficiency compared to that fuel cell can do. So but today we just want to give a brief overview where we are currently with the fuel cell let's say technology development, and also from the point of view EU programs, how EU and industry together can really make these things happen. Not after 130 years, but much earlier. So now I want to introduce you a first speaker, who is Bart Biebück. He is executive director of Fuel Cells and Hydrogen Undertaking. Fuel Cell and Hydrogen Undertaking is a public-private partnership aiming at facilitating the development of fuel cells and hydrogen technologies in Europe. Before Fuel Cells and Hydrogen Undertaking, Bart Biebück was at the fuel cell department of Toyota Motor Europe, where he held the position of technical senior manager. His expertise in the automotive industry includes extensive knowledge related to the deployment of new technologies in the European market. It is as a part of a clean energy partnership program in Berlin that Bart worked at reinforcing European trials for the Toyota fuel cell hybrid vehicle. He also had the opportunity to develop and expand his know-how in Japan, where for 2 years he worked at the PSA Toyota, a small vehicle development project which resulted in the launch of Toyota Aygo in 2006. In addition to his industrial experience, Bart has been politically active in his local town since 2006. In 2013, he became the vice president of a city council, responsible, among others, for the local economy and education. Bart joined Fuel Cell Hydrogen Joint Undertaking as a new executive director on May 16th of 2016. So please, Bart, the floor is yours.